What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be taking a look at a mono green food stompy deck. That's right, food is coming back and better than ever. And why, you might ask? Well, with Rakdos mid-range and Dimir Rogues sort of dumping your whole library or hand into your graveyard, Feasting Troll King and Wicked Wolf are really taking the stage right now. So, Feasting Troll King, this 6 mana 7/6 with Vigilance and Trample, if that wasn't good enough already, whenever it enters the battlefield and you cast it from your hand, you get to create 3 food tokens. So pretty good, right? That's what, 9 life total if you choose to just sacrifice it out, not to mention the interactions it has with Trail of Crumbs, Goose, and the Wicked Wolf. Next up, you can sacrifice 3 food and return Feasting Troll King at any point during your turn, so even instant speed, from your graveyard to the battlefield, which is super nice. You're essentially, if you can cast it from your turn, or from your hand one turn, right, and it gets destroyed, you can recast it within that same turn. Just sacrifice the 3 foods that you got off the bat, right? So real easy, real nice, and it's a big body that, well, finishes your opponent off. Wicked Wolf is really good against a lot of the meta answers right now. When Wicked Wolf enters the battlefield, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control, so it's immediate removal. Furthermore, you can sacrifice a food at any point during the game, put a +1/+1 counter on Wicked Wolf, and it gains indestructible until end of turn, and you have to tap it. Obviously, if you have more than 1 food, you can continuously sack them and make this bigger and bigger, which is one reason why this animal thing is going off, right? This wolf, this creature, if you will. Now, to support this deck, the other main feature, I guess, is Trail of Crumbs. 2 mana for this enchantment that reads, whenever it enters the battlefield, you're going to create a food token. Whenever you sacrifice a food, whether it be for life or mana or your Wicked Wolf or whatever, if you pay 1 mana, you can look at the top 2 cards of your library and you can reveal a permanent card, so a land or a creature or whatever. Put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library. So essentially, right, because you're going to be sacrificing food for Wicked Wolf just to keep it alive or just to make it bigger whenever it goes to fight or whatever. Essentially, you pay 1 mana, you draw 1 card. Because this deck has so many permanents, right? The only non-permanents is Primal Might, and I believe your Turntimber. Everything else is a permanent. Lands, creatures, enchantments, artifacts, right? All permanents, all beautiful, all can be grabbed with Trail of Crumbs. Now, speaking of one of our non-permanents, Primal Might, this is a very nice card in the deck because this deck does great at keeping you alive, right? It has the Wicked Wolf to block with you. It has the Feasting Troll Kings to, again, block and keep coming back as big bodies. However, sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes your opponent has chum blockers and all of that, and they get as big as your Feasting Troll King. What I found is really nice is just using Primal Might, taking your Goose, slamming it to the face, right? It's a flying creature. You can use Primal Might and dump all the mana that you have, which I assure you will be a decent little bit, especially since you have Tangled Florahedron to help boost in your mana. You have other geese, and just your natural card draw plus Great Henge, right? Outside of Primal Might, we have Scavenging Ooze, which helps us deal with the rogue meta, the Rakdos mid-range decks that have a lot of graveyard interactions. We just exile them, right? If you're up against rogues, you exile your own graveyard, you're good to go. Tangled Flora, we talked about. Kazandu Mammoth, if you got it, run it. It is a beautiful creature. 3 mana for this 3/3 that can allow you to get down turn 4. Great Henge is hard to beat that kind of value, right? Gemrazer, because there's still tons of artifacts and enchantments running around in meta. Wicked Wolf, we talked about. Feasting, we talked about. Turntimber, it's pretty obvious, right? If you have it, allows you to dive down into your deck, find a creature, and if you need it as a land, well, you have it as a land. And then last but not least, of course, we have Great Henge. Over in our sideboard, we have Chain Web to deal with the rogues and flying decks. Shadow Spear to deal with the decks that just get a ton of creatures and you never really get to punch through. Soul God Lantern for more hate on those Rakdos mid-range decks. Witch's Oven, this is really good in the mirror match, almost to the point that I'd recommend putting 1 copy maybe in the main board and keeping 1 in the sideboard. It's so very efficient. Your opponent goes to remove any bit of your creatures, you sacrifice it, and now you have more fodder for Wicked Wolf, more fodder for Trail of Crumbs, and kind of more mana for Gilded Goose as well, right? Ram through instant speed removal really help to deal with the death touch creatures that you'll be seeing in Rakdos midrange and decks of the such, right? Rogues also have death touch, right? So ram through just really helps with those sort of decks where your creature can still remove your opponent's creature and it doesn't need to have indestructible. Maze Tomb, in those longer drawn out matches, it gains you life, draws you cards. It's solid as a 1-drop. Love Struck Beast, this is in your more direct games where you need to be quicker because they are the, you know, Gandalf control. No way in hell you're going to beat them once they have mana for their 13 counter spells, right? Love Struck Beast comes in and it really makes the the pace of the deck, right, the tempo, go a lot blah 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 blah, go a lot higher. And then of course you have Garrick to help you add in additional trample, and Kogla, again in the mirror matches is really good, and in general if it's like a Yorion Dance of the Manse, this is pretty good because every time it attacks, whether it deals combat damage or not, you know, you get to destroy artifact or enchantment. And then of course for the low cost of a human being, you can bounce it back into your hand, which you don't have any humans in the main deck. You do have humans with the Lovestruck Beast, so maybe that's something you want to dive into. It's really nice in the mirror matches, like I said. Maybe in a Dance of the Manse deck, I don't know. Anyways, that's going to do it for the deck tech breakdown. Hope y'all enjoyed. This mono green food stompy deck has been stomping Mythic. Matter of the fact, I believe somebody went 4-0 against Croakies with it, which is pretty funny because, you know, everybody sees it and they're like, oh yeah, food. That was a funny mechanic way back when Oko was around, right? But now Wicked Wolf, it's doing work. Feasting Troll King, it's doing work, right? So without further ado, let's hop into the match and see what it do. Masato gonna be our first foe. I think this is keepable. We'll return the hello to him. Right, a little loose-goose off the bat. I won't complain. Opponent's either playing Jund Adventures or Golgari Adventures. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, so if we go ahead and get a Tangled Florahedron down this turn, next turn we can play a land and then immediately play our wolf. Now our wolf may not be able to battle their Lovestruck Beast, but it landing, we can take out their 1/1 and then we can save that food to keep our wolf indestructible when need be. They're going to play Mire Triton, actually. Wow. It is looking very Golgari-ish. So if I play Kazandu Mammoth down come next turn, I could actually play this land and have Great Henge. I actually kind of like that. So we're going to play this land for this turn, play down Kazandu. Next turn we'll play the land and Kazandu will go up to a 5/5, which will reduce the Great Henge cost down to 4, right? We'll actually have 5 mana, so we'll be very close to having the Wicked Wolf, actually. 1 mana off, huh? We are gonna... Okay, never mind. They're not gonna swing in. I was gonna say we are gonna take that damage, but nope. Don't even have to. Alright, so we already have a castle. Do this. Do this. Yeah, we still have plenty of life. I think we should go ahead and get down the Great Henge. I don't want to swing in with Kazandu. This way, when the Wicked Wolf does come down, though, it will be able to battle the Lovestruck Beast, as we can eat the food and give it indestructible, so I suppose that's decent. Or we could have it fight Mire Triton. I guess we'll just wait and see. I think we're taking the full 5/5 here, because again, we have the Great Henge to heal. So they play down the other Lovestruck Beast. That makes sense. Primal Might. Ooh, that's good for us. Primal Might is very good. Alright, so if I do this, I can actually get down both Wicked Wolf. Would I rather that? Or... just get down one? Well, I tell you what. I think it is better to go ahead and get down both, given we have the Great Henge. And we can just have it fight smaller creatures. So. Alright. And then on our next turn, we can use Primal Might. We can leave the food up. And this should discourage him from attacking with the 5/5s, right? And I don't want to swing in. Alrighty. We did still have 1 mana, I suppose. Suppose I could have used Primal Might there to use, you know, fight one of our Wicked Wolves into one of their Love Strucks. They're actually going to swing in with both their Love Strucks. I think I block like this. Now I'm fairly sure they have removal. Alright. So this one's dying. If they remove this Wicked Wolf, it will be bad. Make this one invincible, but the poor thing is they're waiting for damage to calculate. So if we pass the damage, we'll take out one. We'll only be left with the Kazandu. Alright, tell you what. We'll proc it on this wolf. Yep, there's the murders. So that wolf dies anyways, and then this wolf will die, but we'll get the Love Struck. And then I can Primal Might Kazandu into Love Struck, right? Problem is they also have that Mire Triton. Can't exactly get through that. So I don't know that using Primal Might on this turn is the best, actually, as we do need that Love Struck to go down. Could use Primal Might on our Florahedron, have it fight the Love Struck, and then swing in. I don't know that we have Ram through in our main deck, so we may just have to wait for a wolf to take out that Mire Triton. Alright, tell you what, we'll pass it back to him. But y'all can see that there are a ton of plays with this deck. Alright, Skyclave. Let's see if they actually throw it down. Scavenging Ooze. I don't think we really dive into our graveyard given it's mono green, so it's whatever. We do have to take this. I still feel like we're in a pretty good position all in all, though. If we can draw some more creatures, of course, we'll be sitting a lot prettier, but Goose isn't exactly the creature I had in mind when I'd said that. Alright, well, let's just play Goose down. Now we got a food. Hopefully we can hit a wolf. Wolf would be nice. Ooze. Alright. I don't want to use Castle Garenbrig quite yet. Yeah. Look at all these castles, man. Look at all these castles. Alright, so tell you what. Let's go ahead and use Ooze and we'll exile shit. Right? Because they don't really have enough mana to battle us for exile and stuff, so yeah, I mean, that's how that one works. Good try, though. Good try. Alright, so now our Ooze is big enough to block Love Struck. And a little bigger. Still have 3 mana. Resolve. We could Primal Might our Ooze into their Love Struck. Still can't really swing in though. I guess we could just trade out the Mammoth for the Mire Triton. It's gonna happen eventually, right? Like we need to just get rid of it. Of course, now that we have the food, all we need really is a wolf. I'm gonna save that Primal Might. We have a lot of mana, right? 4, 7, 9, which means this thing is +8 onto a creature, right? See if I can force them to push their mana with their Scavenging Ooze. No. Well, at least they can't build their ooze now. Yeah, okay, I was about to say, swinging in with that ooze seems like a big mistake. I think we do block with the Florahedron onto the Skyclave. I think we take the 5 from Lovestruck. Of course, that Florahedron... Nah, never mind. Even if they bring the Skyclave right back. Mitigating 3 points of damage, I feel like it's worth it. 2 Primal Mights, jeez. 0 creatures though, huh? Alright, I want to leave the Goose alive as that is a food generator, and that's really good in this deck if we could ever get to the rest of our creatures, you know? 18 cards, and we have several of them being lands. We have 1 creature, 2 creatures, they have 3... That means that ooze can get up to 5/5, right? Tell you what we can do. Man, that's so much mana. 8, 10. Means this goes to 9/9. Oh man. Don't die, Goose. Whatever you do, don't die. Bam. Nice. Alright, Lovestruck Beast taken care of. And now we loosey-goosey to the face. Now that we have 2 Primal Mights, we really just need to, you know, do that again, basically, in GG, right? They'll gain a little bit of life. Build the Scavenging Ooze up. Basically to where the Lovestruck Beast was, right? Back to a 5/5. That one was a little curious. I don't I don't get the point of exiling my Primal Might there. I feel like going for extra life for another creature or something like that would have been more beneficial, but you know, to each their own. They have 3 mana left. If they can't remove Goose, this is going to be what I call easy peasy lemon squeezy, and that is indeed the case. This is why you gotta love Primal Might. Primal Might plus a little Goose action, and a good old lot of mana. You too can have a victory as easy as I. You know they're mad. That's a GG. Thanks for coming out, Masato. Alright, we got nothing but mana this go around. But we have the Goose, which we've seen can be good. We'll see. Trail of Crumbs as well. That's really good with the Goose. So see if the Goose can land and stay. Thieves Guild Enforcer. So we're going up against rogues, right? Could be Grixis, could be Dimir. Either way, they are aggressive with their removal. They are. I think I just want to try to ramp if we can. Well, you know, when you got it, and when you don't, you go sinking down. You go sinking way down. Still not ready to give that ooze up. Still not. You never know. They could have counterspell here or another bit of removal. And this way, if we get a land on our next turn, we'll actually be able to get down Great Henge, right? Again, given they don't counter it or whatever. Well, I gotta say, it doesn't give me high hopes that they won't counter my Great Henge, given they have all untapped. But it does give me high hopes that they don't have double blue untapped, right? Singular. So there's Negate, there's Drown in the Lock, which actually can't counter a Great Henge right now because we have less than the, you know, required cards there. Anyways, okay, so if they play a Thieves Guild, our Kazandu will die to their Thieves Guild, right? If they play another one down. That's just how it'll work. I think I just want to go for a Trail of Crumbs. They let it land. Oh, all right. All right. The game is on. So, I don't think I swing in with Kazandu here. Let them get down whatever other, you know, rogue they wanna. Let them remove the Kazandu if that's what they want to do. Sure, Brazen Bounce. Sure. Although, arguably, shouldn't you bounce my Great Henge and not the Kazandu Mammoth that I can simply replay and draw cards? Like, yeah, I get it. I guess now you can counter my Kazandu, but I have another one, right? Yeah, so, okay. Worlds. So we could go for the one on the ooze and then try to hit their Thieves Guild. Let's see if that... It didn't seem to proc anything, so maybe they don't have anything, you know what I mean? Maybe they don't have anything. Well, let's see. Nope. Cool beans. Cool. How many cards? We have 6. We need to stay under 8, right? Need to stay under 8. I'm actually not going to exile another creature. Reason being, this ooze is for sure dead, right? So we can gain that life and gain that counter on an ooze later. This way we're still staying at 6 cards in our graveyard there. Which unfortunately is enough to counter the feasting. Why don't we just do this? 6, 8. Ah, because it's still not enough. Alright. If I can draw a land off Kazandu. Wow. I was gonna say we can play down Feasting Troll King, but we did it. We just hit the land. Alright, now they can counter Feasting. They don't. Beautiful. We're getting all that food. Getting to draw. Beautiful, because that'll boost up Kazandu come next turn. I guess the only thing Feasting Troll King is really missing is reach, right? And then it'd just be a whole hoss. A whole hoss and a half. Oh, hey, thanks for the free feasting. I see you. I see what you're doing. You're helping me help you. In this game quicker. That's a GG. I didn't even get to say it. No. Princess Natalie, and we get to go first. I am going to keep this hand. It seems very keepable. Alrighty. Ooze off the bat, and then we have Gemrazer to come off the back of that. Sounds like a good partay. Is it still? Yeah, it seems to still be running fine, even whenever I'm alt-tabbing. I was wondering if maybe me alt-tabbing is what caused the problem, but because I do that a lot whenever I'm streaming and recording, right? So I can make sure stream's still good, audio's still bueno. Since they didn't play anything for me to Gemrazer, I don't know that I want to mutate onto this ooze, right? Because then if they remove it, they're getting 2 for 1. And that just feels kind of bad. So I might just push for next turn. Get down the wolf, you know? Take it nice and slow. We don't have any food yet, which is a little bit of a drawback. It seems like we're up against the Rakdos deck list. Maybe Rakdos mid-range. if that's going to be the case, we should exile their graveyard as much as we can. So, yep, we'll take that. No problem. They just spent their whole turn removing an ooze. Let's get down to Wicked Wolf. You know, we got 3 of them. Why not? Why to the not? All right, Princess Natalie, show me what you got. Bum, 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 bum. Since we are playing mono green, I feel. Hey, don't go. Oh, it was a heart. Okay, that was a loving hiss. All right, gotcha. Oh, well, now it's scratching at me. Now it's angry. What are we discarding here? Probably an extra copy of Wicked Wolf. Even if we do get a food, we're not going to be able to supply food for 3 wolves. Let's think about that. That's a lot of wolves to keep fed. Okay, so whatever. We're down to 1 wolf. You know, they got Croxa after Croxa. What can I say? I think I actually play this land down because we're at 4 lands, which means if I can get down Kazandu, we can start proccing Castle Garenbrig, which means we're up to 6 mana, which is enough for the Feasting Troll King. So we're just going to throw down Gemrazer as a big old 4/4 body and, you know, smack them around a little bit, let them know what's up. They can't escape those Croxas, so that's good. They could have removal here for Wicked Wolf and Gemrazer, which would be terrible. And they do, which is terrible. But, hey, look at that. What goes around comes around. We got the ooze. We'll go ahead and take care of you. Bye. It's nice seeing you, Croxa. Pleasure to have had you in my game. Really, I enjoy it. For anyone who doesn't know, I am very sarcastic. I like to complain a lot. My name's Chance. Oh, that's just cruel. Alright, well, we'll let it go through, and we'll leave these creatures in our graveyard. Well, this Rakdos mid-range deck is very controlling, you know? I've yet to see one so whoa, this is some heavy stuff. Extinction event? That's a bit of a stretch. I don't know that I'd go exile on a mono green player's graveyard. That seems like you're just, you know, grasping at straws there. Anyways, Temple of Malice, grind to the bottom. You love to see it. Storm's Wrath on a goose. You can tell that they've went up against a mono green food deck here recently, and they got stomped because they are playing way too cautiously, right? They had 12 health, and all I had down was a goose. Oh my goodness. All right, if you just want to go back to back to back, you don't have any creatures in your graveyard. That's really a shame, but thankfully for me, I do have enough. So, you know, next time you got to use your noggin and count. You got to count. You can count on counting. Look at that. Look at that right there, folks. That's the good old 5 health that we need. And we'll resolve. Alrighty. You spent 7 mana to get rid of an ooze. I feel like you deserve it, right? And what's this? A big old 7/6 Vigilance Trampler. That's like a... It's like a glass cannon version of Carnage Tyrant, right? They're drawing as hard as they can. You know, I would be a little upset. I would. But, here's another one for you. And here's this one right back for you. You know what I mean? Now you got lethal staring at you. And all you had to do was just save some of your removal. Of course, they could still have removal here. They do still have removal here. What is this deck and how does it top deck like a god darn king? I tell you, like a king. Yeah, I'm not... Nope. We're going to lose this match. And it's going to be because Princess Natalie here can top deck like a legend. Now, they do have Castle Locthwain, which I get helps, but Yo, fuck me, right? Fuck me, huh? Maybe I shouldn't go play ranked today. If this is going to be my luck, I most certainly should not go risk our spot in ranked, because this is horrific. Absolutely horrific. I guess argument could be made to not play down both Feasting Troll Kings, but in the same regard, we were forcing them to have the extinction event, and of course, you know, they had. Oh, fuck me, I love Magic. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is why, if you're playing in ranked, I do highly recommend you go play best of 3, because at least then you have more chances of this not happening to you, or it not mattering, right? You have the same number of chances of it happening to you, but you have a less percentage of it affecting you. Holy fuck me. Anyways, LK, and I'd like to say this is keepable, but we all know that that was not a keepable hand. This is a keepable hand, though. This is a very keepable hand, and as much as I love the Feasting Troll King, I kind of want to put it back, but then again, seems like we might be able to get to it with just this line here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're almost there. Kazandu does make 6. Arguably okay, but this will be fun. This will be fine. We'll be the high dreamers, the high hopers this match, right? Opponent playing down a single green mana and saying, "Your go." Alright, I can respect that. I can. We got a wolf in hand, that's good. These wolves, I'm telling you, they're wily. Are we versus another mono green deck? That wouldn't upset me, you know? Other than ram throws and primal mites, which are very prevalent, you know? They're not that big of a deal. Okay, so here we just go Gemrazer. Yes, tap the Tangled Florahedron over, destroy the Stone Coil, and now we have a big old 4/4 flying trampler reacher body. You know, I guess we could have went for the Wicked Wolf as well, but you know, this way we got to attack with the 4/4 body as much as remove the creature. So, and now we can use Wicked Wolf to fight their Scavenging Ooze, eat this food, right? It's all coming together now. You know, I was really hoping that that was going to be a land, so I didn't have to tap my Gemrazer to put down the Wicked Wolf. However, since it is a Primal Might, I could go Goose here. We use Primal Might for 2, right? 1, 2. Or 1, basically, right? Here, tap here, tap here. Bam. And then we can swing in with the 5/2. Beautiful. That's math, ladies and gentlemen, and that's a GG. We only had 2 lands on the battlefield.